84, the defensive end, up to do the damage for Lexington.
I'm not sure where Russell Davis, number 14 for Lexington, is lining up, but he was all the way in the backfield in that one.
While we were in commercial a while ago, I went down the ladder and found the guy that I bought the program from.
Oh, okay.
And I got the other numbers now.
Oh,
so
well, good.
We're in good shape. $50 for a couple of numbers is not bad.
That's true. Right, it depends.
Wait till Lexington
I think that's illegal, and numbers are illegal in most states.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for JCM. Long count this time by Bryant. First man through. Big opener right side. Into the secondary he goes. Still on his feet. And hammering down into the secondary of Lexington. And nicely done by Montague Hayes, the fullback, 175-pounder. Mikey found a hole and exploded through it on the right side.
Michael Thomas, 26, stopped him, and he was the free safety, or he could have still been running. Good second effort. Good quick play. The hole was there and shot through. We're going to have a timeout, looks like.
Here it is again, right there. You see a big hole over on the other side. And good second effort. You're right, into the secondary, and about an extra 5 yards after they had him. Timeout has been called on the field. Charge it to Lexington with the score 7-3.
Jackson businessman John Allen.
The success of the John H. Allen Company hinges on repeat business with satisfied customers. And naturally, as a company grows over the years, people sometimes get the image that we no longer do the smaller jobs, and that couldn't be more wrong. We do like to do the larger jobs, but we try to remember where we came from and take care of the customers who have taken care of us.
John H. Allen Company, Jackson's only certified remodeler.
Back at Rothrock Stadium in the T.R. White Sportsplex on Hayes Avenue in Jackson, Tennessee. There you see the results so far, 7-3. JCM on top of this one on the strength of a Bryant to span 15-yard touchdown pass and the PAT. Lexington came in the second quarter with a field goal to make it 7-3, and that's where we stand right now. 1st and 10 on the strength of about a, 22-yard run or so from Hayes, the fullback. JCM at their own 48-yard line with pretty good field position. 1st and 10 now. Bryant again gives it off to Hayes, hanging on tight on the inside, still squirming, and down around the 45-yard line of Lexington.
So that was a good effort by Hayes, and we're going to have to check some of those Lexington players and see if they had the bus tickets, because he took a few of them for a ride.
Going to give him about 5, make it 6 yards on the play, call it 2nd down and 4.
Tell you what, Hayes is a tough cookie out here. He is a hard runner. First time I've seen him, but he is a hard runner and giving Lexington some problems.
We had the glasses on him that time up close from up here, and I tell you what, that's one thing the coaches like to see. He had a good wrap on that football, and nobody was going to knock it loose. 2nd down again, same thing over the right side this time, out across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. And right now, Montague Hayes is the workhorse for the Cougars on the ground.
I don't think we're going to see very much fancy out of either one of these teams. You know, we've seen a lot of straight-ahead handoffs. You know, haven't even seen any much misdirection. You know, the 2 wide-open plays, or 3 that we've seen, have just been a very, very conservative-looking pass to the end.
But it has 7 points on the board for the Cougars, and as Charles indicated earlier, they should be breathing a little easier. They put their first touchdown on the board for the season, and that should make the second one come a little easier, I would think. Split into the near side this time. Again, Lexington throwing blitz up the middle. Hayes again with the football, spins and is down close to 1st down territory. It appears he probably has it from our vantage point.
Anthony Melton, number 84, and on the tackle. He was not the blitzing man, but you know, he changed the blocking schemes.
Clock is stopped at 5:24 left here in the first half of play.
So we're going to get a measurement here. You want to speculate on this one, Jimmy?
You were so good last week. I'll let you have a shot at it.
0 for 3, I believe, last week.
Yeah, but you were perfect. Give me a break. Bringing the chains in, and we'll put the glasses on, see what we can see from up here. Looks like he has it. Nope, we're going to stretch it a little further this time. Got it by about half the length of the football. 1st and 10, JCM. Mark the ball at the 42-yard line of Lexington, and the Cougars continue the drive.
Tell you what, guys, it's been a clean football game. What have we had so far? 1 15-yard penalty?
I believe that's right. That was the unsportsmanlike on the kickoff return, and that's been it. You're absolutely right.
Well, I tell you what, if you're looking at a Stowe team from Lexington or Collins, and you go back to his years at Crockett County, you're looking at some well-coached teams.
Indeed. First-year head coach at JCM, but that does not indicate his experience by any means. 1st and 10 again. Bryant going to keep it, coming around the left side. Pitches back to Alvin House, and off the fingertips it goes and out of bounds.
Yeah, we were very lucky on that one.
Very much so.
I think we'd already gone downfield a little too far to be thinking about pitching that ball.
Well, I think that's what Alvin had in mind, too.
Yeah. Alvin had done switched the crews, I think.
That's right.
That. Of course, Coach Collins, had to stand out north side as an assistant coach.
Right. Then went to Crockett County.
Went to Crockett County for a couple years as head coach and did a tremendous job there. I think last season, one of their first winning records in a long time. He got out of coaches for a couple years, and now we're glad to see him back.
Keith Spann comes split wide to the near side of the field. Bryant, again, Lexington showing blitz up the middle. Give it to Alvin House, right side, big hole, secondary. Alvin's cruising, 5. Touchdown, JCM. Alvin House over the right side, and nobody had a shot at him once he got through.
Big play, big hole. Of course, it had the blitzing man was blitzing the wrong hole. If he'd been back in the secondary, he could have been there to help make the tackle. But when you blitz and you play the gambling defense and you gamble wrong, you can get burned fairly quick.
That time it got him. In to try the PAT for JCM is John Curlin. Good snap. Got it down. Curlin puts it up right through the middle. JCM now leads it 14-3. We'll be right back.
At Baker's Drug Store and Northgate Discount Pharmacy, your health and well-being is our most important concern. When your doctor gives you a prescription, it's our goal to fill that prescription economically and accurately. Pharmacist Mark Harville at Northgate, Dave Tanner at Baker's Downtown, and owner Ashley Tanner keep computerized records, bill insurance claims, and furnish tax records. For citywide delivery, call Baker's Downtown. For area-wide delivery, call Northgate Pharmacy next to Northside.
The health of your family is our main concern.
Back at Rothrock, TR White Sportsplex, and things are rocking on this side of the field as the Cougars go up 14-3 over the Big Red of Lexington, Tennessee. And Charles Dawson, our man on the field, is right amongst the gold and green. And Charles, I would imagine things are pretty up where you are.
Absolutely. I just started to say that the Cougars needed to put 7 more points on the board before halftime. They've done that, and I'll try to get a word with Alvin House right now. Alvin, excellent run.
Thank you.
Okay, your line really opened up a hole that time, and you got in the secondary off to the races.
Yes, sir, they're blocking very well. Our line on the right side and left side blocking very well.
Congratulations, good run. Alvin House, big touchdown for the Cougars, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Thank you, Alvin. And we are back to action with 4:48, and the whistle has blown. And what do we got here, Mike? Flag back here at the line of scrimmage.
We're going to have a JCM player leaving a little early.
Well, he wanted to get a good seat.
Yeah, that's true. We were talking about that touchdown play and not to take anything away from the JCM line or Alvin, but I think if we looked on that replay, we could have seen that was probably the left side linebacker that was blitzing.
Exactly.
Or covering for the right side, and so they had, once he broke through that line, there was one less man fewer to make that tackle, and I think that made the difference.
Alvin House puts him ahead, and the PAT by Curlin. And that's where we stand right now, 14-3, as JCM will back it up 5 yards and try it again and try to keep everybody in the right neighborhood this time. Good driving kick, take it back to around the 14-yard line, picked up there by the Lexington Tigers and hit and knocked down at about the 26-yard line. And the Big Red of Lexington will put it in play right there. Kickoff return man is Telly Flakes for the Lexington Tigers.
That was number 47, Terrence Jackson, and I have 2 was the number I had, which is not on my program for JCM.
You're right, we both got the same program this time. 4.5 minutes left here. First half of play, JCM up 14-3, and a little bit different look this time for the Lexington offensive unit. 2 backs in the backfield and 2 wide receivers to the near side. The left-hander Pugh to throw, dumps it out on the left side, and nothing doing there. Somebody slammed the screen in his face, I think. It's going to be about a, what, 4 or 5 yard loss, Mike.
Yeah, it was set up well with the Lexington linemen, but the JCM linemen were out there also. They were not fooled at all.
Looks like they're going to back it up maybe 4 yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 14. Thomas Pugh, a senior quarterback for the Lexington Tigers. Pretty good sized young man himself at 210 pounds. 2nd and 14. Pugh on the reverse, left side, needs a block. Got it, cuts back inside, and he is off to the races down the far side. One Cougar has a shot and eases him out of bounds as he crossed into Cougar territory down around the 30-yard line.
There's Preston Burton. Stopped him from a touchdown. Of course, there was a key block or a key push. I'm not sure how I would describe it. They're at the corner.
Take a look at it again. Telly Flakes is the ball carrier
Watch
for
him. He's got the ball. He sees the big man. He said, go, get out of my way so I can run that ball. And a good speed, good second effort. Number 7 stayed with him and pushes him out of bounds, or we would have had 6 on the board.
We're going to mark it back at around the 40-yard line. Maybe he stepped out of bounds, Mike, because his momentum stopped down around the 30. 1st and 10 for the Big Red Tigers of Lexington from the 40-yard line. Pugh wants to throw, got a man complete, and out of bounds he goes short of the 30-yard line at about the 33. Receiver on that side was Chad Reeves, 34, out of the backfield.
Number 34, we had a man deeper than that they didn't see, or we were fortunate. Number 44.
Gain of about 8 on the play. Let's make it 2nd down and 2. Now they're going to contradict me as always. Make it 2nd down and 3, a gain of 7. 3:16 left in the first half of play. Again,
Another
Pugh wants to
pass.
throw, got pressure, gets it away, and batted up in the air and out of bounds. Good play defensively by the JCM secondary. Wayne Woodard.
That was the same play they ran last time, except they noticed that 44 was open deep last time, as you and I had talked about. And they said, well, let's see if he's open again. And they threw to him this time, but JCM had picked up the fact he was open, had him well covered this past play.
Take a look at it again. Nice defensive move by number 5.
Yeah, this previous play, he was wide open. You know, the cornerback was up, and had they thrown that pass the first game, it would have been 6 points, the first play.
Woodard got the hand in the air and knocked it away incomplete. 3rd down and 3 now from the 32-yard line. Lexington back to the line of scrimmage. Pugh gives it off this time. Left side to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Brian Wood, the ball carrier this time.
Chris Rutherford, 77, didn't make the tackle, but he penetrated enough that forced him to take a different point, and he really made the play on that.
Give him 1 on the play. Make it 4th down and 2, and let's see what Lexington has in mind here with 2:42 left to play here in the first half of play. You get a good look there from our TRTV field camera at Ricky Collins, head coach, talking to the defensive unit, trying to get them up for this one. It's a big play for Lexington, big play for the JCM defense. 4th and 2.
Oh,
left side,
good
stopped,
move.
nothing doing. Cougars have held on a 4th and 2 situation. Brian Wood knocked back at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will turn over.
That was a good play by number 42, Sharon Murphy, up to make that first hit.
Tell you what, that's one of those plays that toward the end of the ball game, you may look back and say, remember when we held them 4th and 2 with a couple of minutes to go in the first half? That's kind of a momentum turner right there.
No doubt about it. Big play by the JCM defensive unit, and let's see if the offense now can capitalize with 2:11 left here in the first half of play. They're up by 11, 14-3. Mark the ball at the 30-yard line. JCM in their own territory. Bryant going to keep coming to the near side. Tucks it in, cuts back up inside, and is hit and knocked down at about the 40-yard line, just shy of the 40. I think they're going to mark it around the 39.
It was Chad Hayes, number 11, and number 33, Brian Wood, up for Lexington to make the stop. Going to give him 9 yards on that, aren't they?
Give him 8, Mike. 2nd down and 2 on the field clock. Mark the ball just short of the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 39. 2nd down and 2. Clock running at 1:20. JCM Cougar Marching Band to perform at halftime. You won't want to miss that one. They're always well prepared and ready to go. Bryant rolls right, wants to throw, got his man open, hits him in the shoulder pads and incomplete down around the 25-yard line. And had he gotten his hands on that one, Mike, I think it might have been clear sailing.
Yeah, he was behind the defenders.
Anthony Hicks, the tight end. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, he was behind the defenders. He was open. You know, it's a good pass. But, you know, it comes in there high and comes over that shoulder, and we talked about this last week when you got to roll around and you lose sight of that ball trying to make the roll. You know, the pros are paid to do that. In high school, let me tell you, it's tough.
It's tough. Third down and 2, and Bryant wants to talk it over. Timeout has been called on the field. Charge this one to JCM. We'll take a commercial break and return. Stay with us.
When your needs are metal, you need Jackson Metal Services. By purchasing from leading metal producers, Jackson Metal Services offers competitive prices on prime quality metals such as steel, aluminum, and stainless steel, and can offer 24-hour delivery to your location. Complete metal processing from Jackson Metal Services includes shearing, drilling, multiple head plate burning to wheel abrading and automatic saw indexing. We'll help you with those hard-to-find items. Jackson Metal Services, serving Jackson and surrounding areas with metal when you want it.
New Wave Electronics, the pros to know in audio and video. Carriage House Drive, Jackson.
Back at Rothrock in the T.R. White Sportsplex, there you see the situation. JCM leads it 14-3. Third down and 2. Ball at the 38-yard line. Cougars in control of the football with 1:03 left in the first half of play. David Bryant counts him down. Gonna keep it. Comes left side. Tucks it up inside, is hit from behind, rolls and stretches forward out to just short of midfield, but plenty for the first down, Mike.
Of course, you know, the first down was critical. You got 3rd and 2, you're going to kick it if you're up 14 with this time. But time has become a factor. You had to have that first down, but now with 53 seconds and the clock running, you're going to have to put the ball in the air if you're going to get in there close enough to score.
Let's see what they do. Half a field to go with about 50 seconds plus or minus. Bryant again got some penetration this time from Lexington. Shakes 3 tackles. Now forward is finally hit from behind and knocked down. Defensive play in there by Brian Wood, the linebacker, looping in behind.
Say what, everybody had shots at him, didn't they?
Hey, what I think there was some confusion that time before that play as to actually what they wanted to do. I think at this point in time, with 19 seconds to go, they just really need to air it out and throw it for the end zone or throw it close to it and hope somebody's there to catch it in the green and goal.
Clock ticking down. Bryant, quick drop, chucks it over the middle, got his man complete. Hit and ridden down inside the 40, down around the 35-yard line. That was Anthony Hicks, number 40, the receiver, and the clock stops.
It's going to be a first down. That's going to stop it momentarily anyway.
2 seconds left to go.
Flag now.
There is a flag on the field. You're absolutely right.
Let's say this is back behind the line of scrimmage. This is going to have to be a, let's see, I can't tell what that was. Well, I guess we might as well wait. It's fun to second guess, but.
They're going to back it up against JCM. I was trying to pick up the conversation between the official and Coach Collins, but I couldn't make out exactly what was
going on. There was a line judge that threw it, so it's probably going to have to be an infraction of some sort against the offensive line. Oh, no, they're backing this thing back up for a big one, aren't they?
Indeed they are, backing it up to the 37-yard line. That's
well, I do it. This happens when you're doing a hurry. Did you see the signal, Charles?
No, I did not.
I do it. The hands behind the head. Illegal participation.
Too many men.
Too many men in the field.
What do you do here, fellas? Do you just kneel down and let the clock run out, or do you go for 6?
I think I just drop it and let it go. Let's see what they're going to do. Nope, yep, that's what they're going to do. And that'll end the first half with the score, JCM 14 and the Lexington Tigers 3. I'm looking field side to see if we can catch Coach Ricky Collins, get a comment, but I think maybe he's already made his way off the playing field. Maybe we can catch him coming back at halftime or for sure at the end of the ball game. 14-3 is the way it stands. It looks like the Lexington High School Marching Tigers are about ready to make their halftime presentation, and we'll take a quick commercial break and return at halftime with the score Cougars 14, Tigers 3.
Soccer apparel and gear, especially tops, shirts, and sports bags by Umbro, athletic t-shirts, jerseys, shoes, caps, socks, and team uniforms, trophies, plaques, and great engravable gift items, computer design embroidery of your design or company logo, silk screening from design to finished product, Greek apparel for college fraternities and sororities, all from Singleton Sportswear and Awards in the Galleria.
Back at halftime at the TR White Sportsplex with the Cougars on top of this one, 14-3. As you can see and hear, the Lexington High School Marching Tiger Band is performing here at halftime. Yet to come is the JCM Cougar Band, and that will be something you'll want to look forward to, as they are also always one of the most disciplined and musically well-trained organizations you'll ever see on a high school football field. Brian Ford does an outstanding job with that group. For now, let's go down and listen to the Lexington High School Marching Band, and we'll also cut back into Charles Dawson in just a few minutes and introduce the JCM cheerleaders. Our halftime show, as always, brought to you by Wallach Music Company on Airways Boulevard here in Jackson. As the Tiger Band continues their performance here at halftime, let's change the venue just a little bit. Let's go down to Charles Dawson, if we can get a camera over in that area. Charles, you've got the JCM Cougar cheerleaders over there in near proximity. Let's go down to you.
Okay, Jimmy, thank you. I sure do. My pleasure here at halftime of this home opener for the Jackson Central Mary Cougars to introduce the Jackson Central Mary Cougar cheerleaders. And let's just start right here with this young lady. Let's have a roll call.
Hi, I'm Latoya Christopher, and I'm a senior. Leslie Ledbetter, junior. Lindsay Gill, and I'm a senior. Christy Kelsey, and I'm a sophomore. Dorothy Gautreaux, and I'm a sophomore. Stephanie Duke, and I'm a junior. Alexis Smith, I'm a sophomore. Teresa Andrews, and I'm a junior. Ayana Fagans, I'm a sophomore. Kirsten Weiss, senior. Jamie North, and I'm a junior. Tara Rawls, sophomore. Whitney Brown, you're junior. Chrissy Curl, sophomore. Cindy McAlexander, sophomore. Tina Berger, sophomore. Julie Walker, senior!
Okay, girls, okay. Hey, it's 14-3 at halftime. Simple question, simple answer. Who's going to win the ball game?
I hate indecision. I wish they'd make up their mind.
This is
Jimmy Duke. That's the Jackson Central Mary Cougar cheerleaders. And let me step over the cords here, do a little dance. Got a good ball game going here at halftime. 2 quarters of just hard-nosed, grind-it-out, muggy night football at Rothrock Stadium, 14-3. And I still say the team that's in the best condition probably going to win this ball game at the end.
I think you're right. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments are made on the far side by Coach Jim Stowe and the Tiger organization as they're down by 11 coming into the second half. I would think, Mike and Charles, that Ricky Collins would be pretty much pleased with what he's seen so far.
Yeah, I think except for that first couple of series, JCM has moved the ball fairly consistently against Lexington, except for that one series where they got the field goal and kicked, I believe it was a 10-yard field goal. You know, Lexington has really not shown a whole lot. There was a big penalty and a long pass play that helped set that up. they did get down there once before, but kind of stalled out. So I think it's beginning to sort out the way we think the game is going to go and the way we're going to see the second half. I think Lexington able to move the ball, but sputtering and not keeping the consistency. JCM pretty much consistently being able to get the first down and be able to get the long, drawn-out, time-consuming scores.
I think that probably relates directly to information coming out of last week's ball game with Lexington also, as they were only able to manage 144 yards of total offense against Huntington in their opening loss last week. We'll remind everyone once again that this game, as well as being rebroadcast here on Cable 6 in Jackson, will also be cablecast Monday night in Lexington on Cable Channel 2. So those of you who are watching this game in Lexington at this point, we welcome you to the TRTV football game of the week. And it'll also be replayed in Lexington on Monday night at 7 and again on Thursday night at 7. So with that in mind, let's go back down to the field right now and watch and listen to the Lexington High School Marching Tigers. A nice hand from the JCM fans on this side of the field for a fine performance by the Lexington High School Marching Tiger Band. We'll take a break, and our halftime show, as usual, brought to you by Wallach Music Company on Airways in Jackson. We'll be back.
Now, Mr. Wallach, is it true that Wallach Music Company has been the Golden Circle's leading band instrument store with man director approved instruments for over 50 years?
Yes.
And isn't it true that Wallach Music Company is the only factory authorized instrument repair facility in West Tennessee?
I suppose it is.
And can you deny the fact that only Wallach Music Company carries a complete line of books and accessories for the beginning band student?
And you can come in now and reserve your instrument for fall.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty!
Back at the TR White Sportsplex, halftime. Cougars up 14-3, and you hear the applause from down below, and that can only mean one thing, and that is the entrance of the JCM Marching Cougar Band under the direction of Mr. Brian Ford. The field commanders, drum majors, are Kim Sutherland and LaChonda Womack. The program for the evening will begin with a tune called Payload. Then they go into one called God Bless the Child, which was done by Blood, Sweat, and Tears, as I remember in my childhood days. And then on to one called the Channel One Suite. And if there are any Buddy Rich fans out there, you've heard this one before, and I'm sure that they will do it all justice that it is due. Let's go down to the field now and look and listen to the JCM Marching Cougar Band.